Friends, do you know that right above our heads there's a house that keeps revolving all the time? A house where people live, eat, and work? But the surprising thing is it never falls, never gets tired, and never stops. This isn't a story, not a dream. This is reality. And the name of that house is the International Space Station. Now the question is, if it revolves around Earth, then why doesn't it fall down? Is it running on some kind of magic, or is there something in space that we humans have still not fully understood? While you're watching this video, right at this very moment, a giant structure as big as a football field, the ISS, is circling Earth at a speed of 27,000 kilometers per hour without making a single sound. And the thing is, the ISS completes one full orbit around Earth every 90 minutes. That means it sees 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every single day. But the question arises, how does such a massive machine avoid Earth's gravity? And how has it remained hanging in the sky continuously for the past 2 decades? Friends, in today's video, we will learn about the science behind this space station, which will leave you wondering and saying, wow, I never thought of that. Hello friends, welcome to this video. Now just think. When we throw something in the air, it always falls down. Why? Because Earth's gravity pulls it. Then what makes the space station so special? How does it circle Earth every second at a speed of nearly 27,000 kilometers per hour, yet it never falls? Why? Well, if I tell you, it's actually constantly falling, but even while falling, it never reaches the ground. Yes, you heard that right. The International Space Station is in a perpetual fall, but its speed is so high that as it falls, due to the round shape of the Earth, it keeps missing the surface and moves ahead. You can understand it like this. Someone jumps off a hill but is running so fast that the ground never gets a chance to touch them. That's exactly what our space station is doing every moment, every second in space. Now the question is, why doesn't the ISS run out of fuel? Think about it. Whether it's a car, a bike, or even an airplane, they all need fuel to keep going. Then this space station that's been circling the Earth for years, who fills up its petrol? Or is it running without any petrol? The answer is, yes, it runs without petrol, but it's no miracle. It's solar energy. The ISS is designed in such a way that its massive solar panels capture the sunlight and convert it into electricity, and that electricity powers its computers, systems, and everything astronauts need to survive. That means, as long as the sun is shining, our space station will keep running. No need to refuel, no worries about rising petrol prices, long live solar power. But the question also arises, what happens when the space station goes into darkness, into the Earth's shadow? Well, the station has high-capacity batteries that get charged during the day, using solar energy and power the entire system at night. That means it's ready for all conditions. Friends, you must have heard that the moon's gravity causes tides in our oceans. The moon is so powerful that it can pull our massive oceans. So the question is, if the moon can pull oceans, then why can't it pull the ISS? Is the ISS farther than the moon, or does the moon not affect it at all? Actually, the ISS is very close to Earth, just 400 kilometers above, whereas the moon is 384,000 kilometers away. That means the ISS is 1,000 times closer to Earth than the moon. Just as Earth locks the moon in its gravity, in the same way Earth's gravity also tightly holds the space station, but the ISS's high speed prevents it from falling. That's the magic of its orbit, and the moon, it too is locked in Earth's grip. So yes, the moon does pull the ISS, but very slightly. Because the closer object, Earth, pulls harder. You can understand it like this: 2 people are pulling you at the same time, but one is standing right next to you and the other is far away. Who will pull you more? Of course the one who's closer, and that's exactly what's happening with the space station. But here comes another question that every science fiction lover definitely thinks about. Do the people living there time travel? Sounds strange, right? But the answer is yes. A little bit reality, a little bit science fiction. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, when something moves very fast, time runs a bit slower for it. And since the ISS is moving at around 27,000 kilometers per hour, time there flows a little slower compared to Earth. That means if an astronaut spends a year in the space station, they will age slightly less than someone on Earth. Yes, people living in space actually stay behind by a few microseconds. That means they're just a little bit closer to the future. This time travel isn't like Avengers, but in the world of science, it's just as thrilling. And this is the real magic of the space station. Till now we've understood why the ISS doesn't fall, how it works, and how time is a little different there. But now the question arises, why even send humans there in the first place? So much expense, such big risks, and each mission costing millions of dollars? So why? Because friends, we're human, And curiosity is our biggest strength. We want to know what's out there in space. We want to understand how the human body changes when there's no gravity. Do our bones become weaker? Does the heart beat slower? Does blood flow upwards? The ISS is a moving laboratory where we humans are preparing for the future, whether it's a journey to Mars or discovering new medicines on Earth. Through experiments happening there, we're learning how to live in zero gravity and how to keep humanity alive in space. And perhaps the biggest reason is, when we look at Earth from there, we see a small, fragile blue sphere. And in that moment we realize, we're all travelers from the same home. And if we ever want to reach the stars, this journey begins right here. Now the question is, how does it keep moving continuously? Is it burning fuel all the time? The answer is no. Once the ISS reaches Earth's orbit, it doesn't need engines anymore because there's no air, no resistance to slow it down. And here, Newton's first law comes into play. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an external force. Fuel is only used at 2 points. First, when the ISS is launched, and second, when its altitude needs to be adjusted, which is called a reboost. The ISS is reboosted 2 to 5 times a year to keep it on the perfect path. Now imagine, if we stop reboosting the ISS, what will happen? Slowly, due to residual atmosphere, it will start descending. After a few years it will re-enter Earth's atmosphere and burn up. From the outside, the ISS looks like a shiny metal insect hugging the Earth. But the moment you step inside, you enter a place where science explodes from every centimeter. Instruments on every wall, monitors, floating laptops, and experiments that you can never do on Earth. One astronaut described it like this: living here feels like living inside a computer, a rocket, and a chemistry lab, all at once. Where up and down have no meaning. In zero gravity, there's no direction, no weight. You can sleep on the ceiling, drink floating orange juice without a spoon, and conduct research that could change Earth's destiny. Even the simplest actions become complicated in zero gravity. Let's see what a day in space looks like. And maybe you'll realize how much we take things for granted here on Earth. Astronauts follow GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Their entire day is divided down to the minute, but there's no sunrise to tell the body when to wake up. They rely on artificial light and their biological clock. While brushing, the toothpaste is swallowed. There's no spitting. It's wiped off with a towel because spit floats in the air. Coffee comes in a pouch and is drunk through a straw because in zero gravity, mugs are useless. Now let's talk about the part everyone wants to know but never asks. Using the toilet in space is a full-on mission. Astronauts strap themselves to a vacuum toilet. Number 2 is sucked into a container and later burned during re-entry. Number 1 is filtered, purified, and converted back into drinking water. Yes, they drink it. It doesn't taste like what you're imagining. Let me tell you, the ISS recycles up to 90% of its water. Breath, sweat, and urine, all reused. Yesterday's coffee becomes today's coffee. Food packets are sealed and heated using special devices. Hot sauce is a favorite, because space dulls your taste buds. Astronauts don't just take selfies up there. Their typical day includes more than 10 hours of scientific experiments, maintenance checks, preparing for spacewalks, constant communication with Earth, and 2 hours of daily workout. There are no beds, no bedrooms, just sleeping bags attached to the walls. Some astronauts even prefer sleeping while floating in air, like futuristic butterflies. Imagine, you're sleeping while circling the Earth every 90 minutes. This isn't just science, this is the new definition of humanity. Friends, the truth is, the ISS wasn't built to last forever. It's aging, it's leaking, systems constantly need repairs. NASA and its international partners are planning to retire it by 2030. It is believed that the ISS is just the first step. By 2040 we may see bases on the Moon, livable habitats on Mars, private space stations in Earth's orbit, 3D printed space structures, and maybe even babies born in space. The ISS is not just a machine, it's a symbol of human courage, imagination, and dreams. It reminds us of the moment when we first looked up and asked, can we ever reach there? Maybe someday, when there's no space left on Earth or when we wish to go closer to the stars, our children will ask us, how did we ever build homes in space? And then we'll say, we began with that station, the one quietly orbiting Earth, teaching us that for humans, nothing is impossible. So next time, when you look at the night sky and you see a shining streak pass over the Earth, stop, look, and remember, that's not a star, that's our dream, still alive in space. So friends, that's all in today's video. By the way, which city are you watching this video from? Tell me in the comments. I'll see you again in the next video. Till then.